have some exciting news. Arlington Memorial Gardens has asked me to do their sunrise service at 7 o'clock Easter morning. I am so excited about that. Yes. I don't know if they're ready for me, but they have no idea what they're in for. Oh, all right. Let's look at this first picture, and you tell me what it is. Oh, you all know that picture? And it wasn't like you went, woohoo. You went, oh. There's no traffic. That's unusual. Woo. Maybe that was before they put the soldiers up to reinforce it, right? So, how many of you have not traveled this bridge? Really? Ever? You've never had to go over to Covington, Kentucky, or vice? Yep. You have been on it, right? This is the connection from Cincinnati to Covington, Kentucky. It's the double-decker bridge, right? So the lower one goes one way and the upper one goes that. And I was thinking to myself, on Friday night, I did an emergency visit to St. Elizabeth Hospital, probably around 9:30 at night, and I'm getting ready to come to the bridge. And every time I come to that bridge, I have this moment, just that moment of, oh, they still haven't fixed this bridge, right? Anybody with me here? There's just this breath you take before you continue, and all the while going over it, I'm saying the prayer for protection for everybody, right? And then, once I get across it, I'm fine, right? But then I got to come back. And you have the same moment right before you get on it of the same feeling of, I'm going, right? Here's another bridge. And I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with this bridge. Let's show you this one. Anybody know where this bridge goes? Oh, first, yes. Let's go back. I'm sorry, Sandy. That's my bad. Let's go back. This is the title. How many of you saw the email blast with this title in it? How many of you knew what it was? A few of you knew what it was. How do you say it?
Forget about it.
Can you all do it? You got to do it with some, come on, with some feeling if you're going to say it.
Forget about it.
Ooh, there we go. So where did this come from? You already saw. Let's show there we go. The billboard leaving Brooklyn, and you're about to go over the bridge. And their saying is, just forget about it. What the heck does that mean? It's kind of almost, don't worry about a thing. But really, think about it. They're telling you when you're leaving Brooklyn, leave your crud behind and come over in love, right? Yeah. Last week it was so what, remember? Be true to yourself. My favorite two words in the English language, if you weren't here, are so what? Just forget about it. We did forgiveness work here in meditation. Now, forget about it. It's done. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It's done. You don't have to rehash this after service. You don't have to rehash it right now. Forget about it. Oh, I'm getting better at it. I've been trying to go, forget about it. No, forget. Now I got it. Get I love get Forget about it. Well, now I'm going to shift gears, but I'm not really going to shift gears. You're going to see all this tie in together here, believe it or not. Mary and Martha. Anybody familiar with the story of Mary and Martha? Now, if you think about it, there's quite a few Marys in the Bible, and it can get a little convoluted. Okay, you've got Mary of Magdala. Okay, that's Mary Magdalene, follower of Jesus. All right, then you have Mary of, I think I'm pronouncing this right, Cleophas. That is Mary, the mother of Jesus. Then you've got Mary of Bethany. Mary of Bethany is the sister of Martha, and they have a brother. Do you know who his name is? Oh, some of you people know the stories. Good. And these are all stories in the Bible that really preface the road to the resurrection. But I chose the story of Mary and Martha today because they're all about me. They truly are. And every story in that Bible is about me, if you're open to really looking at the metaphysics of it. So, we're about to show this video, but I want you to know ahead of time. And the reason I've chosen, this is a 5-minute video, but the reason I've chosen it is because I can't say it any better. I can't tell this story any better. This is a clip from the series The Chosen, and that woman right there is Mary. Sweet little innocent Mary, who is so happy that Jesus is coming to their house, and he's invited others to come as well. And Mary is just enthralled. She wants to sit as close as possible. But what's her sister doing? Anybody remember what Martha's doing?
Cleaning, setting up.
Cleaning. We got to prepare. There's so much to do. Come on, Mary, get up, right? So, with that little preface, I want you to just know, here's Mary sitting as close as she's able to as a woman to Jesus.
So they went.
There's Martha.
Going out again
look at
about
that
the
look.
6th hour and the 9th hour, he did the same. And about the 11th hour, he went out and found others standing. He said to them, "Why do you stand here idle all day?" They said to him, "Because no one has hired us." He said to them, "You, go into the vineyard too." When evening came, the owner of the vineyard said to his foreman, "Call the laborers."
The
Pay
words
them
of
their
Jesus are great, but
beginning with the
watch
last
more of
up
Martha
to the first.
and the busyness.
So when those hired at the 11th
It's a lot
hour,
to do.
each of them received a denarius. Now when those hired first came, they thought they would receive more. Each of them also received a denarius. And when they got it, they grumbled at the master of the house, saying, "These last worked only 1 hour, and you've made them equal to us, who've been here all day in the scorching heat." He replied, "Friend, I am doing you no wrong. Did you not agree with me for a denarius? Take what belongs to you.
Everything's got to be perfect. Jesus is in
I
the house.
choose to give to this last worker the same. Am I not allowed to do what I choose with what belongs to me? Or do you begrudge my generosity?" So, the last will be first, and the first last.
Wait, hold on. The ones who worked the hour were paid the full denarii? That's 12 times more than what they were owed.
Sounds to me like the owner of the vineyard was getting cheated.
Is the kingdom of heaven unjust?
I get it. I'm happy to be last.
Through earthly eyes, I suppose it looks unfair. But I didn't say the kingdom of this world. I said of heaven. It's a different calculus, where people are not measured by what they deserve. Thank you. This looks delightful.
Would have been better if I didn't have to do it all alone.
Better.
Yes, better. More befitting of someone as important as you. It seems you didn't notice my sister has left me to serve alone. From the moment you got here, she hasn't done a thing to serve you. She's completely ignored everything I've been doing to make all of you comfortable, and it's clear that she's not going to notice how hard I'm working on her own. The only thing that could change it is if you tell her to help me.
Martha, Martha, please, sit down here with me.
How can I sit? Only half your followers have been served. We can discuss this later. I'm sorry.
I know, but I want others to hear this. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. You've done a wonderful thing. You are anxious and troubled about many things, and it is not for nothing. Hospitality will always matter, and I am grateful for what you have done.
It's what you deserve, and more.
Your intention is well-meaning, but only one thing is truly necessary. The best way to serve me is to pay close attention to my words. That is the priority. That is what your sister has chosen. It is a good portion, and it will not be taken from her.
Taken?
Your food, the servings, they are wonderful. But they'll pass away with the rest of this world. My words, they'll never pass away. Mary has chosen to feast on something of eternal value. I want you all to hear this clearly. I do not rebuke Martha. Acts of service are beautiful. Action is good. You are doing what you thought was expected of you. And what you do is valuable. And Mary probably could have helped a little. But listen, I don't want you distracted from being able to be present with me and the friends that I have brought.
I couldn't have said that story any better. Who can relate to those two sisters? Yeah, most of you know I'm task-oriented, and I can be really good at it, but I lose sight. I was thinking this morning about my grandkids were on break, and I was able to spend part of the day, and they spent the night, and I had early that morning with them. But I'm talking about when they first came to our house, and it was a work day for me. And they got there, I don't remember, around 11:30 or 12 noon. And I remember thinking, I've got 5 texts of people to answer, and I've got another 10 emails that need to be answered. And I'm like, I don't get these kids very often. Put the phone away, shut my computer, laptop, and I didn't answer anybody. And I realized how often I am Martha. Oh my goodness. I mean, I really, was bad 25 years ago. I was really bad. I mean, I can remember only, instead of Mary sitting over there, it was my kids, right? Can't you get up and help, right? By the time company came, I was like up to here in stress. I didn't even want to eat. I made all this food, and I'm stressed to the max. What was Jesus saying there? I'm telling you, these stories are all about us and how we get to choose how we want to do our life. And for me, I wondered why back in those days I had irritable bowel syndrome, right? And it wasn't until I got here and started hearing about the practice of meditation and the power of my thoughts and all of this, and I, without medication, have no irritable bowel syndrome anymore. So I know what stress does, and I know that I can cause it because of this, me trying to do this. And Jesus is saying these things, all this worrying about the clean house and everything, this will pass. Be present. And in this view, he's saying with me. I'm going to emphasize that means be present with the Christ within. How little time do we spend in quiet? Be honest with yourself. I have gone more times this week to my little bench on our property that sits on a creek. And because of it's a flash flood creek, it's been really rushing, and just sitting. Just sitting. That is connecting with the Christ within for me. Yours may be a different situation. You know what will get you to that zone. I don't know it for you, but you do. And how little time are we spending there because we're so busy being Martha? Pay attention to things around you. It's good, like he's saying. Being Martha has virtue. It has necessary things. So, but pay attention that those are things in the head. Pay attention that you don't allow those things to go into your heart, because that's where then they destroy your peace, because they start taking over the priority of what really is true and what really is valuable for yourself. Don't let the things of Martha disturb your peace. And yes, Michael's sitting right there, and he can attest to how many times I'll say, "Are you still sitting in your chair?" That's exactly how he responds to me. And I do the Martha thing. I go, "Ugh. I'll take the trash out." He's still sitting. Yep. This guy's got the Mary thing down. Now, we need a little Martha, but we don't need Martha to disturb our peace, right? I mean, the more I allow Mary or Michael to be who he is, and I just go on and not let it get into my heart and get, ugh, I'm ruined. So instead, I'm like, okay, I'll just go do it. Forget about it. Yes, just forget about it. Oh, that was not prompted. That is so true. Oh, gosh. I'm going to circle back to the bridge theory. And that whole sign of leaving Brooklyn and forget about it. Bridges have a purpose, don't they? They emotionally, metaphysically, bridges connection, right? We need that. Bridges represent, metaphysically, the crossing over with discernment. There are some things you need to take over the bridge with you. But use discernment on what is it that you need, what is it that you forget about it, and what is it that you take with you. Love, kindness, compassion. That's what Jesus is saying in that film. It isn't about taking Jesus with me. It is taking the aspects and teachings of Jesus, which were totally love, compassion, and kindness. Those things will not go away. Those will not go away. My clean house can go away in a second, can't it? Yeah, just let the grandkids loose, right? Everything you just did, right? But the bridge of discernment. If we don't, and we take it with us, the bridge can fall apart. And when a bridge falls apart, think about it in your own life, with your family, your friends, whatever, even in politics. When the bridge falls apart, what have you got? Chaos. And chaos causes what? Peace or stress? Absolutely. So you get to choose. There's a balance of both Mary and Martha, and that's the whole purpose. I really loved how The Chosen did this, because in the Bible, it's not quite as explicit about the virtue of Martha. It can almost be taken as Martha was a bad girl, Martha was too much in her head, and Mary was a good one. Where Jesus was saying both are necessary, right? Mary, you could have helped a little bit, right? Michael, you could have helped a little bit. But even so, if not, don't let it disturb your peace, Martha. You're so caught up. What did he say? You're so anxious. Martha, you're so anxious. Just sit here with me. But I must serve the others. The others don't have their food yet. No, Martha, just sit here. Nobody's going to say, where's my food? Just sit. So I think if nothing else, let's go to the affirmation. Let's say it together. The more I spend time worrying, the more my radical cells multiply. I am committed each day to let go and enjoy the present moment. Let it go. You all know what I'm talking about with the radical cells? That's the creepy, sick, the cells that want us to get sick, right? When we are worrying, when we are anxious, when we spend too much time doing the Martha thing, our radical cells are in there going, woohoo, it's a party, let's multiply. This is so important, people. Principle number 3, thoughts in mind produce or create of their kind. Thoughts in mind produce of their kind. Be a watcher at the portal of your mind. Choose your driving force in life. Love, compassion, kindness. Make these your power force. Now more than ever, make these your power force. Take this only over the bridge. And then Where's that next slide? You're ahead of it. Where's the next? Then let's get about it. Amen. Namaste. That the Christ presence and the Mary and Martha in me truly see and honor that Christ's presence and the Mary and Martha in each and every single one of you. Namaste. Namaste. Oh.